by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Trials Blood Dragon on the PS4. It's I bought it on discount for £3.99. That's the only reason I bought it, really, because I've never played it. I think I played the free demo, but I didn't have a chance to play the game. So for £4 I thought I may as well give it a try. But it's like an 80s throwback. It's basically based off the DLC that was available for Far Cry 4, I think it was. Far Cry 3. I can't remember. And there was like an 80s kind of DLC. Blood Dragon is basically like what they're called Titans of not King Kong, Godzilla. You know, like the big titans. It's just like one of them. It's just like a big monster, basically a blood dragon. And these two twins have got like blood dragon blood in them or something like that. And you know, the story's just like typical. This is the main area. This is the main screen. You've got this daft sticker book. You win loot crates when you finish levels, and then you get stickers, or you get like an item of clothing, or you get like a new headlight for a different bike or something. And then you get these daft stickers as well. So you fill out the stickers. It's just basically pressing buttons to put the stickers in. So after a while, I mean, you stop opening them because they're pointless. And it's the same with the music. After you've completed every level, you unlock the track of the level. So after a while, you just get sick of having to keep clicking on it to acknowledge that you've got a new track. Because it has those little pink exclamation marks. That's the outfits, which is pointless because you can't change your outfit until you've completed the full game. So by then, why would you want to? This is just all filler, I think. It's like, you know, they haven't got much of a game here. There's 25 levels altogether. It's about 5 hours long, depending on how good you are. And there's lots of like the posters on the walls. They're the levels, the main storyline. This club, Ubisoft club box. I don't know if that's to get onto the club. I think the safe underneath that bunk bed, I think that's where there's like what they're called, challenges, and you unlock them as you go along. I think the first challenge that I encountered was remote control car that can flip upside down and go both ways there, the turbo flip. I think there's about 5 altogether of these levels. But it's okay. I mean, it gets a bit complicated when you're driving it because you've got to remember which way you're facing. Because L2 is reverse and R2 is accelerate. So depending on which way you've done flips and landed, then you've got to press L2 or R2 accordingly to like drive it. So it gets a bit complicated after a while. But so that's it basically. There's nothing really to it. There's only 25 levels, like I say. I mean, they're very imaginative, they're very creative, loads of 80s references and stuff like that. So if you're a fan of the 80s, you'll like it more, and you'll get some of the references. I mean, they're from all over. They're from Aliens, and you know, any kind of movie franchise, there's like a nod towards that. But most of the tracks aren't very long. And also you get quite a few tracks where you're on foot and you can aim with your right analog stick, and that's where you shoot. And then you'll get to a certain part and then you're back on the bike, or you'll be on a BMX and then you'll get to another bit and then you come off and you're running around and shooting again. Sometimes you haven't got a gun, sometimes you've just got to run and then crouch and hide and wait till the guard's not looking, and then you can sneak past and shit like that. So it's not bad. I mean, it's entertaining. There's a few times I've got frustrated with it because some of the levels are technical, where you have to pull off an exact sequence of input into the controller for you to like exactly pull off what it's asking you to do, so it can be very frustrating. But anybody who's played a Trials game knows how it plays. It's all about throttle control, it's all about balance and where your rider is positioned and shit like that. So it is a good game. Anyone who's a fan of Trials and a fan of the 80s, then you will like it. And it's not too expensive, so it's worth playing if you've never bothered it. I think there was a free demo. I don't know if it's still on the store, but there was a free demo not long ago. So you could always try that if you didn't want to pay for it. But I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not the hardest of games. Some of the levels, like this one, and the ones where you're on a rocket jetpack, they're absolutely solid. And it gets so frustrating because if you played Trials, you prefer to get through a stage without having any retries. But some of the levels are just ridiculously hard. So I think the most I finished with was I think it was 20 or 19 retries, and by the time I got to the end of the level, I just thought, fuck it, I don't care. I just want to get on to the next level because I was so sick of that obstacles I kept getting stuck on and retrying and retrying. It's all about timing, basically. That's all you've got to remember. It's about timing, throttle control, and the position of your rider. So it's like a technical skill game, basically. But I love it. Trials has always been a favourite game from back in the day. I've always liked Trials. And I've bought Trials Uprising as well, so I'm going to do a review of that when I've played it a bit more. But yeah, it's like a puzzle game, but it really fucks you off sometimes because you just can't seem to get past the bit it's asking you to get past. Like you can see in the footage, sometimes you can get stuck for ages, and you've been having a really good run, and now I'm on to 9 retries, and this level might have been quite long, so this might just be halfway through, and you're using up all your retries on one obstacle until you can suss how to get past it, like I just did there. It's like I said, it's all throttle control and where you're leaning and stuff like that. So you've got to just be careful. And if you've played any kind of trial game before in the past, then you know how to play these games. But there's lots of variety in the levels as well, which is what I like. You get to bits where you're using a jetpack, you're running around, you're shooting, you're in this like big 8-wheeled like moon buggy thing. There's lots of variety, but it is frustrating. But for £4, I mean, you can't go wrong. I don't know if it's back up to full price now, but it's definitely worth just a couple of quid. But if you're a fan of, there's the jetpack bit I was telling you about, if you're a fan of Trials and you're a fan of the 80s, then you will like it. So just go and give it a try. I think there's a free demo. Just try that if you're not. So that's it really. See you later.